Welcome back, everyone, to another exciting episode of ToucanPlays. And guys, today I am a very happy Monster Jam fan because it is now official. Avenger is confirmed as a playable truck in Monster Jam Showdown. I mean, you know, I never really doubted in the first place. I always knew he was going to be in there. As many of you know, Monster Jam has started actually live streaming events on their official YouTube channel. And as part of these events, there have been some promos shown for Showdown. Most of the time, it's been the same trailers that we've already seen. Go ahead and click the link up there if you haven't seen my breakdown of those trailers already. But over last weekend, April 20th, we've seen some new promos of real-life monster truck drivers Tyler Menega of Gravedigger and Kayla Blood of Soldier Fortune playing Showdown with some fans. And the gameplay footage that we got gave us some really cool new details, including confirmation of quite a few new trucks, including my beloved Avenger. So let's get into it and break down this new footage. Okay, so let's start off with Kayla and this cutie little 8-year-old Faith. Kayla, of course, chooses Soldier Fortune, and Faith opts to get magical with Sparkle Smash. After a little trash talking, the race begins, and we finally get a good look at Sparkle Smash and those colored tires. They are definitely fully colored tires. It's not just the sidewalls like some, including myself, were speculating early on. Just like Fire and Ice or any other Spin Master toy with the super hyper fueled or hyper colored tires. And these are obviously custom made to fit Sparkle Smash, not the Nitro Neon tires that we had thought. Now, Kayla briefly mentions the name of the track, but we can actually see the title of the track for a couple of frames before the race begins. It's a circuit race called Sand Dash, and it is in the Desolated Valley region of the Death Valley map. As the race picks up, Faith brutally slams into Kayla, sends her spinning out of control. She finally ends the spin, facing in the wrong direction. We also get a bit of a view of the map at the bottom of the screen. It's kind of partially covered by this lower thirds down here, but from what we do see, we can see all these purple markers all over the place. I'm not sure what they are. It's possibly marking the destructible objects that are all over the course, but honestly, I'm not sure why we would need to see every destructible object marked on the map, especially because it's going to end up making the map look like a mess, kind of like it does right here. Now, this map actually appears to be the same map from the main trailer, with the section that splits off to the left, jumping over the section to the right, and then they meet up again together after the color spray ramp over here to the left. It is actually a kind of a creative and interesting track layout, and honestly, I'm really stoked to actually get to play this for myself. Okay, so the race heats up at the start of lap 2 with Kayla in 4th place and Faith trailing in 7th. But then we cut to Faith mentioning that things turned around for her as soon as she started holding the controller the right direction.
I admit it, you are better than I am. Then why are you smiling? Because I know something you don't know. And what is that? I am not left-handed.
And sure enough, by the end of lap 3, Faith leaps ahead into 1st place, and Kayla ends up in dead last. It looks like the girls had a blast, and honestly, I'm as excited as I've ever been to play Showdown after watching them, but it's not quite as revealing as the next trailer that we're going to watch. Okay, so this promo actually features Tyler Menega, one of, if not the best Monster Jam driver out there right now. And then here's my boy Henry, sporting an awesome black and white plaid shirt as an homage to Alec Baldwin's character Adam from the movie Beetlejuice. These guys exchange some trash talk, and we are introduced to their first event. It's another circuit race in Death Valley, but this time it's the Dust Devil Circuit, and it's in a different region of Death Valley called Dusty Canyon. As the race begins, we get a shot of both trucks sporting their respective flags, and we see Mohawk Warrior's signature Mohawk. But I don't know, maybe it's just me, but there's something that seems off about this Mohawk. Maybe it's not thick enough, not tall enough, it doesn't go back far enough. I did a quick Google search to compare, and I was able to find a few images of Mohawk Warrior that do look like it does in the game, but in others, the Mohawk goes all the way back. And to me, it looks more like what I come to expect from Mohawk Warrior. I know this probably sounds really nitpicky, but it is something that I hope that they change before release, because, man, honestly, I want a big, full Mohawk Warrior experience on my Mohawk Warrior. For this race, though, it honestly doesn't matter because both the Mohawk and the signature Great Clips flag are knocked off within the first second of the race starting, which, yeah, I mean, they really need to fix that because it shouldn't be knocked off that easily. And this is probably a good time to point out the disclaimer at the bottom of the screen that states that this is a work in progress and things will definitely change over the next few months before release. As the race commences, we get a brief glimpse of a T-Rex hanging out trackside, as if this track really needed any help to remind us of Steel Titans. Then all of a sudden we skip way ahead to lap 3, and then Henry drops a huge bomb. He says that he likes Showdown because, quote, it has all the trucks. Boom. There you have it, folks. No more speculation needed. All the trucks confirmed. Now, Henry might be exaggerating just a little bit, but we do get an awesome shot of the truck selection screen, which confirms that not only is Avenger in the game, but we actually have a few other members of Team Scream as well, namely Brutus and Axe. There's also Velociraptor from Team Throttle Monster, which means that Jurassic Attack is probably not far behind, and possibly Vendetta. Another exciting addition is Shaker, sporting the classic green look, and I hope that they actually include the red recolor to match Shaker's current look because I think that it looks pretty sharp and it would be a nice addition. All right, now I know I'm overanalyzing a little bit, but let's take a look at some of these symbols on the truck selection cards. Most of the trucks have this squiggly line symbol. A few others have this symbol that looks like a stretch of highway. And then there's Northern Nightmare. He has this mountain or an iceberg looking symbol. And then Brutus has this saguaro cactus symbol. I honestly don't know what these could mean, but what I hope they don't mean is that these trucks have advantages in certain events or certain regions. For example, Northern Nightmare, he has the mountain symbol, so that could mean that he gets a speed or handling advantage in Alaska maps. Brutus, having the desert symbol, might get advantages in Death Valley maps. I honestly hope that that's not the case because that would incentivize playing certain trucks in certain regions, and I'd rather just play whatever truck I wanted to play for that map, for that race, and not have to worry about optimizing which truck is best for whatever particular race I'm racing. Now, I could be dead wrong on this. I have no idea. I haven't talked with any developers. Who knows what these symbols actually mean? Maybe they just represent the region in which you unlock the truck. Maybe that it represents the region where they come from, or maybe it just means nothing at all. Who knows? Underneath the symbol, though, is a number, and I think this just represents where they stand in the roster, which honestly, I don't see any pattern to this roster whatsoever. It's not alphabetical. It doesn't appear to be grouped by type like in Steel Titans 2. They're just kind of in a random roster order, which is numbered with this number underneath the symbol. Then in the top right corner, you see a small circle with a truck's portrait in it. And again, I'm not positive, but I imagine that this is probably where you can choose which livery that you want to run on the truck. On the top right of the screen, you see the player's name. In this case, it's just the name of the PC that the game is running on. Then you have the player level, level 11, and the required XP to the next level, in this case, 5,726. And then finally on the bottom left, you see page 2 out of 6, and with 10 trucks per page, that would make the 60 trucks. So exciting. Okay, back to the race, and our boy Henry is in the lead. He hits a ramp and smashes into one of those crazy cap shops that are being held up by a drone. I'm guessing that these are just replacements for the blimps from Steel Titans, which is fine, and it actually is kind of interesting to see flying smashable objects on a circuit race, but the camera does this kind of weird glitch thing as Mohawk Warrior flies underneath the drone. I don't know, it is a work in progress, but it just seemed kind of weird to me. We now jump to lap 3, where we see that Gravedigger is now in the lead, with Mohawk Warrior making a strong push for the finish line, and it really does end up being a close race, but Gravedigger, Tyler Menega, wins the first round. The boys banter for a little bit, and we move on to the next event. This time it is in the Frozen Shore Zone in Alaska. Now this is titled an extreme freestyle event called Frosty Roar Frenzy. Try saying that 5 times fast. And if you recall, back in my first trailer breakdown, I mentioned the possibility of a freestyle event where you would have to deal with icy and slippery track conditions. Well, it seems that extreme freestyle events make that into a reality, and I am totally here for it. So in my last Showdown video, I mentioned that extreme events are single player only. So while the boys are playing together, they're not actually competing with each other in the same game. Up first is Tyler playing as a Gravedigger, and wait, who is this in first place? I knew Jurassic Attack was going to show up sometime or sooner or later. Anyway, despite Tyler getting stoked about doing some sidewall donuts, he actually doesn't get any points for doing them. He does get points for a big save and a backflip, and then he gets chided by Henry for not performing as well as he could have. Tyler then passes off the controller to Henry, who, playing as Mohawk Warrior, starts his run. We see another new officially confirmed truck, Higher Education, who is now in second place. Henry slams his truck hard into the container, but somehow manages to pull off a backflip out of it, and yet doesn't get any points for it. He then continues his combo with some slick reverse donuts and then finishes off his run with an extreme moonwalk and an impressive 11 times combo. The boys high-five each other and we fade to the box art. The only thing that I wish these promos had more of was more gameplay footage. Don't get me wrong, the footage is so cool, and I seriously cannot express how excited I am to play this game. I just want more of it. Like, I want longer clips than these quick little 2 or 3 second cuts. Oh well, beggars can't be choosers, and I'm sure more footage is on the way soon. We just have to be patient and wait. One final note that I missed in my last video: at the bottom of the official website is some copyright information that apparently needs to be there for some legal reason that I don't understand, but in it we do get official confirmation of some more trucks. Some we already assumed were going to be in the game, but we just haven't had any official gameplay of it yet, so it's nice to see them officially recognized, namely Dragon, Gravedigger the Legend, Son of a Digger, Whiplash, and then 2 more that I was actually a little unsure of until now: Yeti and JCB Digatron. No word on Wildfire yet, but hey, if there's a Yeti, there's probably a Wildfire, and hopefully a Freebird or some of the other really cool toy variants that they've made for Wildfire over the years. One more thing, guys, pre-orders are now up on the official website, and they are linking to that Amazon listing that I called sketchy last time. That apparently that is the official order form for physical copies. Digital copies are not up yet, so if you want to order a digital copy, you cannot. I'm holding out for the Steam version. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm also looking to buy the collector's edition whenever that becomes available, because I want as many trucks as I possibly can get, and I'm assuming that the collector's edition will have more options. So anyway, just letting you know, you can pre-order from the official website. It links to Amazon, Best Buy, or Walmart, but I do know that GameStop also has pre-orders up on their website, so pre-order to your heart's content if you wish to do so. All right, I think that is going to do it for this episode. What variants are you really looking forward to the most? Personally, I'm actually really looking forward to some Hunter versus Zombie variants. I think that would be kind of neat, especially this one. If you know, you know. Shout out to Monster Talk for having a great Showdown breakdown video as well. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Check out the video that you see on your screen right now. And hey, we'll see you guys on the flip.